Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out Sizzle and Stack. This is a game that just recently released on Steam. There is a 10% launch discount until August 19th, 2025. So if you like what you see, you can get the game for about $1 cheaper. So this is a rogue-like in the sense that whenever you start a game, you're on a run. Okay, and it's like one of those rent games in that you have to pay rent at the end of so many days, and to make that rent, you have to sell food. Now, the gameplay is reminiscent of another game called Stacklands. There's a couple of other ones, Cultist Simulator, something like that, where you're going to be stacking certain cards on top of each other in order to form different kinds of foods. For example, by putting an egg and cheese into a pan, just stacking those 3 cards on top of each other, it makes a cheese omelet. And over the course of time, you're going to unlock new recipes. Now, there are multiple difficulty settings. I picked the cozy difficulty setting because I'm not a big fan of time pressure games. And there's still a time limit, so to speak. On the top right, the day does progress over time, and it behooves you to be as fast as possible so that you can sell as much as possible on that day, because after the day is over, you get to spend some of that money and customer satisfaction in like an upgrade section. So you're going to be like getting more pans, or getting an extra knife, or possibly getting a garbage can or a cupboard so that you can store items. And you're primarily going to be spending your customer satisfaction points here. You do spend your coin as well, but typically that's during the game when you need more items from the pantry. When you run out of like ingredients, you can drag a new card stack onto the table and you'll get a random set of cards. And that's one beef that I have with this game, is that there are times where I'm looking for a particular ingredient, and I'll pull from the pantry multiple times, and I'm looking for cheese, for example, and I just can't find it, and I'm using all this money to try and get it, and it's just, there's a bit of randomness there that I don't like. I wish there was a more dedicated way to get this ingredient. Luckily, there is something called a supply box that you get early on that allows you to duplicate ingredients over the course of time. So if you only have 1 cheese left, like I did for a while, I threw my last bit of cheese into the supply box, and it was just pumping out a steady supply of cheese for me while I worked on other things. But as I said, you're going to be unlocking more recipes as you play. You're going to be unlocking more like food purchasing stacks on the bottom of your screen there. There's like Italian cuisine that you unlock at some point, Asian delicacies. So there's quite a bit of different things to unlock. And on top of that, the things that you do during your run will unlock new options for you when you start a brand new run. So there is a reason to keep playing. There's no like skill trees or anything, but you'll unlock like new starting modifiers, like start with an extra pan or start with this, that kind of thing. So do I recommend this? Yeah, I mean, it's a cozy little card game, and on the cozy difficulty setting, I didn't have too much trouble with it. There is a pause feature, so you can pause at any time. Just mind your card limit, because at the end of the day, if you're over your card limit, you have to sell excess cards and get rid of them so that you're down to your limit. But you can, again, using your customer satisfaction points, upgrade your restaurant and buy a bigger table and get more, increase your card your card limit, as it were. So yeah, I mean, you could get a decent amount of time out of this one, assuming that you like games that involve combining cards to form these things, like in Cultist Simulator or Stacklands. But it's a cooking game, which, you know, I like that theme. So I was more inclined to play this and say Cultist Simulator. But anyway, yeah, check this game out. It's not too bad. This is Vince. Thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all next time. Take care.